What's going on, everybody? It's me, Mike, again. Yeah, chair's empty over there. Dom's not here today. We're back. I'm back. We're back. Not today. Dom is not here. Dom is at work right now because our job is always open. We are essential employees. Our job is always open. But the problem is that my job, because I am in a shipping and receiving department, that um I don't need to be there every day because we have enough people to want to receive and want to deliver. I normally deliver, but I usually have to deliver because the guys I work with don't want to deliver for some reason. So, but anyways, let's talk about this podcast season 2. We're back, season 2. Let's get it. Everything is gonna be. It's gonna be a great season. Sports are back. We ain't stopped because there was no sports. We stopped because I had to go. I was going through a lot of mental problems in my life over the past 2 months. That's why we haven't been around. I'm pretty sure if you follow my page, you saw all my mental issues right now. But I'm back. I had a talk with Dom and everybody, and I'm cool with it. Let me just find my. Let's see. You tell us the first show because I don't know where the opening. There it is. I'm trying to find an opening. There we go. Music. In the report. Um. Anyways, we are happy to be back. We are happy to be here. And all right. Oh, uncontrollable nonsense. Let's get it. There we go. I had to shut it off. It's killing me. Um. So today's show we're gonna talk about George Floyd and my take on the whole incident with the rioting, the looting, pretty much the animals that are destroying these cities. And yeah, I use the word animals, loosely, but you know, there's a difference between protesters and animals. Protesters don't destroy cities. Protesters calmly walk, yell, shout, make their name, make their organization out there loud and in charge. Um, the people that are destroying their cities, they're animals. And like I said, I use it loosely because that's what they are, animals. All right, and I'm not gonna use the word thugs because that'll get me in trouble because apparently whenever everybody hears a white person say the word thug, they automatically switch to black people. No, no, no. White people can be thugs too. A thug is a criminal, a person who causes harm to another person or property, also known as a terrorist. I mean, you know, if I call you a thug, you mean you probably committed a crime of really, really bad nature and you act like a thug. But you know, we're not gonna get into that. Um, yes, the George Floyd incident was murder, and I'm pretty sure we can all agree on that situation that the man was murdered in the streets. And I saw someone said they just unarmed the police. I'm like, they didn't shoot him. They just knelt on him. And you know, the cops deserve to get thrown under the prison, which hopefully they will because if they don't, these cities are going to be torn apart even worse than they are. Joe Biden's on TV. I can't watch this. He just talks nonsense. So We're gonna switch to some sports. There we go. Even though there's no sports right now, but we're gonna switch to sports. You know, I'm cool with the protesting. The protesting doesn't bother me. I'll protest with you. I tell all my friends. They're like yelling because they think I'm talking shit about the protesting. I'm not talking shit about the protesting. You guys want me to protest with you? I'll march with you. I have no problem doing it. I'll be there with you guys. All right? But you're not going to see me breaking into a store, setting fires and shit like that. I'm not going to do it. I'll walk with you. I'll yell. I'm not going to get in a cop's face because I have plenty of cop friends and that's disrespectful to the cop. All right? Just remember that, and I know everyone's tired of hearing this, but 98% of cops are good. 2% of cops are bad. This is why hopefully once this whole virus thing is over with, I can apply cuz my goal is to be one of them good cops in America where, you know, if I see another cop doing something wrong to anybody from any race, any person, I can, yo man, relax, bro. Get off his neck. Knock it off. Let him up. He's cool. Don't don't push the limit because you're making us look bad. All right. That's why I will be. That's why my lifelong dream was to be a cop. Was to show people that cops are not bad and they can rely on us for anything. And the virus needs to relax because it's hard to apply to be a cop when the virus is still around. Um, my goal was by the age of 31 to be a cop in Orange County in either these four cities, uh, Middletown, Newburgh, Port Jervis, and Highland. Highland or Highland Falls, one of those two. That was my goal, part time job, night job, a little extra money on the side. Can't complain. Can't beat it, but um, I'm just tired of hearing all cops are bad, all black people are thugs, all white people are racist, all Mexicans are illegal. Um, Oppression doesn't have a color. Oppression is ignorance. You know, it's if you sit there and think that all black people are thugs, you an ignorant person. I'm sorry. Let me get back to that. You an ignorant motherfucker because all black people are not thugs. I know plenty of black people, and believe it or not, majority of my black friends, they're cooler and they're more down to earth than some of my white friends. Just saying, it's not a racist thing. I'm telling the truth. You know, um, all white people are not racist. We're not racist. We may say stuff that comes off a little racist, but you gotta call us out on it because we might not have understood what we said at the time. But anything we say, that's why I tell people, you know, white people, we got it hard for even talking. Because anything we say could be spun around to us as racist, sexist, discriminatory towards, a religion or something like that. We can't speak freely without worrying about, man, did I say something racist? Did I say something racist? I don't know. Man, they look mad. I think I said something racist. It's hard. But and people tell me all the time, well, just don't say it. How do I know until you tell me? That's why I welcome all my friends on my Facebook. If I say something wrong, please, please tell me. Next time I won't do it. It's easy as that. I'm cool. I'm open to suggestions for anything in this world. But I do think the cops. I don't even know if they've caught the other three guys, which is kind of funny because you know when it first came out and they said that it was three white cops, and then they came out with pictures of these cops. One was black, well, he was like really really light skinned black. One was like really really light skinned black. One was Spanish. One was Asian, and the one that got the most scrutiny was white. And my question is, why aren't the other three getting as much scrutiny as the one cop was? Right? I think they should all be equally scrutinized for this incident. And because they're not, it's kind of pissing me off, you know. But it is what it is, Don't just it is what it is. That's all I can say. It just is what it is. And sorry, I got to drink before I get dehydrated. And I just like the protesting is it's cool. Protest. It's your right to protest. You know, everyone comes at me about the Cole Kaepernick thing. I've never, ever been mad at Kaepernick for the kneeling. Right? Maybe he could have done it a little bit differently, in a way. You know, but the reason why I don't want Kaepernick on my team is not because of the kneeling, because he sucks, bro. He's not that good. And the Jets at the time, even if he was good, the Jets at the time we were not good. Was not going to help us out at all. So protest. I don't care if you protest, and if you care that people protest, then you're wrong because you're allowed to protest in this country, and I've never been up against protest. I've always been against looting, destroying property, everything. That's not the way you do it. This man is rolling around in his grave as we speak, overseeing this shit right here. I know I would. If I got killed by a cop and y'all was protesting and I mean not protest if y'all was looting and stealing shit, setting places on fire, harassing this cop's family. Alright? Don't harass the man's family. The man's already in jail. Why are you harassing his family? Leave his family alone. His family's going through a lot of shit right now. Leave him alone. Um but that's all I gotta say on that topic, Leave the guy's family alone. The guy's family did not do anything to you. It was the cop himself. He dug his own grave, so now he has to lay in it. If this was Texas, he'd probably be in his own grave sooner than later because they got an express lane on their death penalty. You know, but he'll be he'll be gone away for a long, long time, my friends. Don't you worry about it. But let's get to some sports now. I'm not trying to like avoid that conversation. I put 15 minutes into that conversation. I'm pretty sure it'll be more. We can get Dom's story on it. Once Dom's at work, so I couldn't really get it. Couldn't really get a story, but we can get Dom's side of the story now too. Probably next week, we'll get him in here. I'll give him a week to think about what he wants to say. But anyways, um, let's talk about how I'm a big baseball fan. All right, and the understanding is that these players don't want to come back to play for a pay cut. And what pisses me off is like the lower paid players, yeah, it's understandably, because they're not making that much. They're making a couple $100,000, which in our thing, man, we could live our life for a couple $100,000. But for them guys, it's they're making like I think the league minimum's like 500 grand, and you cutting them down to 250 grand. You know, it may sound selfish, but those guys would have a hard time, more of a hard time paying for 'cause a lot of these guys they go out and buy like a lot of big stuff, and I'm just babbling on about that, but I can understand the guys that only making like 500 grand why they would be pissed off about taking a pay cut. I'm angry at the guys making 20-30 million dollars every year complaining about a pay cut. Dude, you making millions. You making? I'm sorry. You can't live off of $15 million this year. You know what? Fuck you. You can't live off $15 million. I can't live off of $42,000. All right. Come. Let's switch spots. I'll go make 25 million. I'll go make 15 million. You make $42,000 and see who has it the hardest. I'm tired of this, man. It's a fucking greed. All it is greed in sports with money. Yes, I understand they're putting their lives on the line, but at the same time, it's greed, man. Stop being so fucking greedy. Pisses me off because there are people in this country that are out of jobs. Well, now even more out of jobs because people are burning places down. There's gonna be it's gonna be tens of thousands of people now out of jobs because they lost their businesses. They lost their jobs because of fucking looters and rioters. But you complaining about money in the millions because you don't want to take a pay cut. You know what? Fuck you. I can understand if you were doing something with your money, donating it to the looters. I mean, donating to the businesses that were being looted on, or donating it to the stadium employees that lost their job because of this virus, or donating it to people to to virus survivors or this and that. But you're not doing anything. You're fucking selfish. You know. Oh, my family can't live off of $15 million. Fucking Latrell Sprewell. That's all he complained about. He's making like $5-6 million. Oh, I can't afford to feed my kid. What you feeding your kids? Caviar every goddamn day? You feeding them $10,000 caviar? It just aggravates me that I can't have baseball because they want to be greedy and not take a pay cut. You playing half a season. Why would you get a full pay if you playing half a season? It's not even worth it. You know what? You guys sit back. Don't get paid for not even don't get paid for not even playing. Now you're losing all the money because you're not even playing. They can't pay you. They can't pay you because there's no revenue coming in. There's no TV contract. There's nothing coming in. So why would you get paid to sit at home and do nothing? Say unemployment. You don't get paid to sit at home and do nothing. You're supposed to play. Shut up and play. All right. And I would never say that out loud. But shut up. Shut the fuck up and play. Play for the money that you're gonna get. Um, you know, We got hockey coming back July. We got basketball coming back at the end of July. Man, man, I would never thought I would never thought I could watch hockey playoffs on my birthday. Ain't that a great thing? All I get is baseball and NASCAR. I get to watch hockey playoffs on my birthday. What a great, what a great time it is to be alive. And we'll talk about the me being alive thing down the road. Um, the hockey players, they just want to play. Basketball players, they just want to play. They don't care about their pay. They don't care about the pay cuts or pay raises or whatever. They just want to play. Football players, they just want to play. NASCAR drivers, they just want to drive. Soccer players, they just want to play. They ain't gonna have no fans. They're probably taking pay cuts as we speak. They just want to play. They don't care. They're ready to play. Um, Baseball, you gotta play. You know, back in 2001, when the World Trade Centers fell down, baseball was the first one back. You brought the country together after 9/11. Yes, wrestling was back, but if I say wrestling, then I gotta talk. Then I gotta hear everybody talk about wrestling's not real. It's scripted. It's scripted entertainment. That's all. It's not real like the punchings and stuff like that, but it's scripted and a lot of the stuff's real. You still get hit with a chair, even though it's not as hard or it's not a real chair or whatever. You still get hit with a chair. It's scripted. We're not gonna get into that. We'll get into that with Dom because Dom hates when people call it fake. Anyways, he likes the Stanley Cup. See, we gonna be repeating that. I'm gonna have to get another banner after this year. I'm gonna have to get another flag after this year. I'm just gonna get flagged all over this fucking place. And oh yeah, 2001 when baseball came back after 9/11. It was the first professional sports back. Um, Kind of brought the country together. The Mike Piazza home run um, lifted up the country, and the country is back from got muscles. And so we just we just gotta get back to somewhat normalcy. The Pocono Raceway is gonna have races this year on as scheduled, but there's not gonna be any fans. So me and my buddy James, we tweeted to the racetrack. Um, you know, why not? There's a big enough infield. We can social distance in the infield. Why not just bring us back? Let's show the world that we can have fans at our sports again, our sporting events again. Let's do it. Come on, Pocono. Let's do it. Don't fill the stands up. Leave the stands alone. You can sell 1 day tickets in the infield for the races. Let's do it. Come on, Pocono. Let's show the world, let's show the country that we can have fans at the racetrack. Come on. Because I'd be there. I would sleep in my car both days, and I would get 2 separate days of tickets. You're making revenue for even if you don't you know what this would be you could sell tickets and then donate to COVID relief. Sell the tickets and donate it to COVID relief fund, something like that. Don't even keep tickets. Don't even keep ticket prices. Sell them to the relief fund. Have people driving around like security, making sure people are social distancing. Don't even let campers in. Just 1 day passes. Me let campers in because we want people to be able to see the race. But don't let people sleep over. Make sure everybody's got a designated driver. Let them just let us in there. I'm not even saying it because I haven't missed a race in 20 years of going to that track, I missed my race last year. I missed the race in August last year. Uh, Personal argument. It was an argumental reason. I missed the race 2014, and then in 2012 I missed the race. So in 20 years I missed 3 races. Um, since 2000 I missed 20 races. I missed 3 races since 2000. They have 2 races a year, so I miss. So it's gonna suck. I'm gonna be missing the race for the first time. I'm gonna be missing both races for the first time in 2 years, in 20 years. It sucks, but it is what it is. I'll make it up for next year. I'm going to Daytona next year. I'm going to Pocono again next year's race, and then probably Dover again next year. So, um, but we got, what, NASCAR. We can social distance because the infield's big enough. So, come on, Pocono, let's do it. Let's show the world that we can social distance and we can have fans at these events, whether it's no stands or just the infield. We can do it. Don't be afraid. Let's do it. Um, I'm happy hockey's coming back. Later on, probably like middle, like end of July, end of June, end of this month when we find out that they're actually coming back. I will give my playoff hockey and playoff basketball previews and my playoff hockey, playoff basketball um, predictions for the off season and for playoffs, and that's why they're called playoff predictions. You dummy. Um, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun summer for, baseball's supposed to be back. Um, Hockey is hockey's back. Basketball is back. Um, the league is slowly and surely starting to. The sports is slowly and surely starting to come back, which is a good thing. Oh, sorry, I got a message from my softball team. We're talking. Hopefully, getting ready for July 1st re season starting. That's gonna be strange not having people there watching, but I'd rather just play. If people want to come watch, I'd rather just play. Um, so that's my gripe on sports. Now let's switch to NASCAR. I know so many people are probably gonna watch this. Probably gonna skip along on this one, but let's talk about NASCAR. Let's talk about my anger on Facebook. I don't know if a lot of people probably don't have me on Facebook, but my anger on Facebook this week, last week, was the bonehead move by my driver's crew chief to bring him in the pits with 2 laps to go in the biggest race, in the second biggest race in NASCAR. Daytona is the first. Coke 600 is the second. Um, you don't bring. Come on, man. People are like, oh, he would have got ran over. You know what? At this point, I would have rather him gambled, see what kind of skill he had, than to leave him out and and I would rather him gambled, stayed out, got ran over, than bring him in and just watch him lose the race. Yeah, I was pissed off that day. All right, I couldn't believe it. I was home. I had a race that night on my computer. a money race to finish sixth. I was one spot out of the money. Um, I'm iRacing right there. Take a picture right there, next to all them empty bottles that I used last night for my league. Yeah, I was drinking a lot last night. I was drinking a lot of water and Gatorade last night for my league. But I went back to Phil's house to watch the end of the race, and they didn't understand why I was so pissed off. And I'm like, you don't pit with 2 laps to go after running 400 after running 398 of them. Come on, man! You ran 600 miles. You were the fastest car the whole race. You were coming out of turn 4 when the caution came out. You don't pit, man. You leave him out there. And yes, like I said, if for some reason if for some reason it backfires and he falls back in the field, guess what? I would have been happy to have a gamble. I would have rather let him stay down and gamble. But to pit and give up all that field, all that track position just baffled me, and it made me angry. And I was just very angry. But NASCAR's been back for 3 weeks, 2 weeks now, 3 weeks, 3 weeks. They went Darlington, Charlotte, Bristol this week, and then Atlanta next week, as long as they don't burn it down to the ground. So NASCAR's been a success. This month, international soccer is going to be coming back, which I'm happy about for soccer to be back. I know some of you people are happy soccer is going to be back. Let's just enjoy sports while it's back. You know, I made a lot of TikToks about days without sports, and I ran out of ideas. It's not because I don't have ideas, just because I couldn't think of anything to put onto it. So, but ran out of those ideas. So I was just making bullshit TikToks just to pass it out. Oh, oh, I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. Uh, it's not working thing is killing me. But I do enjoy speaking about sports. I do enjoy the fact that 8 states now are continuing. I've allowed high school sports to return starting July 1st. High school sports can now continue, which is a good thing. Hopefully, we have football. Well, even if it's not, hopefully, we have football. Even if it's not with fans, which will be good for me because I ain't gonna worry about yelling. Nobody yelling at me for making a bad call, which I get a lot of yells. People yell at me. I've had I've had girlfriends and friends and family yelling at me on the sidelines when I was refereeing. I refereed for 4 years. I refereed for 2 years. 2012, 20 no 20 2012, 2013, and then 2016 is when I picked it back up. Um, I refereed youth football. So the girl I was dating back in 2012, 2013, she came, watched, heckled me. She was a big sports fan, so she knew a lot about the game. She knew when I made a bad call, when I made a good call. So she'd heckle me, and she'd like at the end of every game, she'd be like, you missed this call. I'm like, I know, I know, I know. But ow, I fell off my bike the other day, and my knee hurts. So, but I got right back on and I finished because I'm a trooper, and I was so far away from home. But yeah, bike riding 10 miles a day is fun. I've lost a. I don't know if you guys have noticed me from all the previous videos back in January to now. I do look a lot smaller. I've lost a total of 183 pounds since September. So we're doing great. We're doing great on our journey. I'm gonna do another journey video. Um, anyways, um, I want to talk about my personal life, and I don't know if any of you have seen the videos of me on YouTube talking about my suicidal journey. Um, Last year, after the first breakup with my now recent ex again, um, I was at a time in my life where, you know, I didn't really have, I mean, I had the friends that I have now, but in my mind, I didn't feel like I had the friends that I have now. In a way of, you know, Kaylin, she was there for me. Lynn was there for me. Missy and I just started to get closer. I had a breakdown when I was in Florida, and I was in a hotel room, and I put something on Facebook. If I could find it, I'll bring it onto the next show. Something about how I can't do this anymore. I'm done. I can't live anymore. I'm tired of being here. I'm tired of being on this country and this planet. You know, if I can't have her, I don't want it. I don't want to be here. I was just not in a great mood. I was not in a great stage. Hence why that I don't know if you remember I was talking about how I got so hammered in the Newark airport. It was because I just wanted to just drink away my sorrows. And I technically, literally, I didn't want to ruin the vacation for James. That was my big thing. We had this vacation planned for about a year and a half. Actually, no, we've always talked about going to Daytona, but we never really went through it until last year at my 30th birthday. So I wanted to do something special for my 30th birthday, and we went to Florida for my 30th birthday. Even though my birthday's in July, we went in February because I wanted to go to the race, and we did that. And I made a promise myself not to ruin a race, not to ruin this weekend, this vacation for him. You know, he was having he was very excited for the weekend. I was not excited to go. I did not want to go. I wanted to be home and just sulk in my room for another couple days. But everything was paid for, and I went. But I had a great time at the races. Out of the races, I did not. I was just thinking too much, and there was a couple times I actually left my aunt's house and I went for a walk, and nobody knew I left because that's what I wanted. Everybody's like, "Where'd you go?" I was like, "I went for a walk." Why didn't you tell us? We went. No, I didn't want to really go. I just wanted to walk. I just need to clear my mind. And but I did have a lot of people reaching out to me last February when I was going through my emotional and mental state of depression that I was seeing, counseling over, but nobody knew that because I didn't want anybody to, think of me as like an animal or a monster or something like that. So I went and saw the counsels and the counselor. They were cool, they helped me out a lot. And June I stopped going to see them because I felt like my life was back, everything was back in order. Come to find out, a couple months later, my life was back to the way it was in February, end of January, February. So, um, we, but I just felt like I didn't have anybody there for me. I feel like there was nobody in my life that could keep me happy or keep me sane, or there was no friends in my life that would be there for me no matter what I was going through. And that was my mindset, that I didn't have any friends. I didn't have any family. You know, it sucks to say, but I kind of gave up on my family to a point to make people happy. I gave up my family because they weren't big on my family. So I kind of stopped hanging out with my friends and family to make them happy. And for my friends and family to take me back into their lives after the shit I put them through means a lot up here. And you know, that's why I tell people: don't give up on your friends and family. If somebody doesn't like them, fuck them. All right, they're your friends and your family for a reason. But I was just going through such a horrible state. So if you do end up seeing the video, I should have labeled it differently. Then thank you everyone. But it's alright. I'm just giving a rundown of what everything was. I'd like to thank everybody who reached out to me in the past week since that video got put up. I am fine. I am not suicidal yet. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Relax. Um, I am going through some mental um state at myself, but just remember one thing: just because I am not mentally with myself doesn't mean I can't help you. I can help anybody through their problems. I just don't like to go through my own problems because I don't feel like I am that bad right now. So just remember that I'm here for anybody who wants to talk. You need to talk, hit me up. Let me know. I'm talking to you. Whether you fucked me over in the past, male or female, whether you fucked me over in the past, I'll talk to you. Whether you don't like what I'm saying, I'll talk with you. I'm cool to talk with anybody. Remember that. I may hide my feelings sometimes because I don't know how to talk, but same time I will talk to anybody and make sure they understand that I'm not an animal. I'm not this. I actually kind of do care about everyone. So keep that in mind. So, oh, my knee. So if you think I'm an animal, then you, my friend, are mistaken for what an animal is. I'll show you an animal. Dom's not here. Oh, well. No, kidding. But no, in that video, I didn't mention Dom's name because I wanted to personally thank him for being there for me during my state. I would be at work and he would tell me to knock the shit off, relax, everything will be all right. You know, he would always remind me about all of his exes when he would go through his problems with oh, the hum. They're gonna disconnect my hum. Some car thing that they, Verizon gave me for my car. I don't know. I'm not fucking putting that in my car. That's called a tracking device, my friend. You're not tracking my car. You don't know where I'm going. Um, I wanted to personally thank Dom. He's not here, so he'll see this. He'll watch this because he tells me whenever I do videos, he watches, make sure I'm not suicidal or doing anything stupid. But I do want to thank him personally. I was hoping that he'd be next to me so I can thank him personally. Um, he stopped me from harming myself a couple times, and he talked to me. The one day at work, he knew something was up, and he called me like that night, and we had like a nice half hour, 45-minute talk. We were just talking about just guy stuff, and we were talking about the podcast because we were talking about starting the podcast last April, but we never got it on the road. Personal reasons, nothing to do with personal like relationship or anything else reason. It was just personal reasons. We weren't ready yet. We didn't have the because Dom was talking about moving, so we didn't really want to start something yet if he was gonna move. So we didn't know what was going on. That was cool. It was like a Zoom. Um, so we didn't really want to start the podcast if he was gonna move. We were gonna learn. We were gonna figure out how to do like a split screen type podcast thing. So that would have been cool, like a Zoom type podcast or a Google Duo type podcast. So, but he did help me out, and there's another person that hope she sees this because she means a lot to me, and I really do love this girl with all my heart, and I actually wouldn't mind possibly getting to a relationship with her because of how much she means to me in my life. And she was my bowling partner last year in the Monday night Hudson Valley Bowling Supply. Boys a sponsor of the podcast. I had to throw it out there. Um, Marianne is I call her my guardian. I call her my guardian angel because she knew something was going on mentally for me, and she, if I was bowling bad, she would sit next to me, hug me, you know, like, give me back massage, give me shoulder rub, you know, comfort me. One day I ended up crying, and she hugged me and made sure I was all right. And that girl means the world to me, and I would do anything for her and her family. She, I've known her for about 6, 7 years, and we've been close pretty much since day one. So she is a very beautiful girl, very, very sweet heart, and she just makes me happy. And she's everything that I want. And my life, actually, my life since I've known her has been good because I know that no matter what I do in my life, if something's wrong, I can call her any day of the week and she would pick up. And vice versa. She calls me any time during the day. Unless I'm racing, because I don't really answer the phone when I'm racing because it's kind of hard to answer the phone and race at the same time because that's just how it is. She can call me any day of the week and I will pick up. I'll make sure that I pick up for her because that's what I do. So, like I said, I don't know if she'll see this, but if she does, um, that girl is out of she is kind of like my best friend, and eventually, I would love to see me and her possibly get get in a relationship and see where that goes. But we'll see what happens. I gotta get the courage to ask her because you know I don't want to. I don't want to come off too strong and then ruin a friendship. That's the problem. So, you know, I do care about her, and she makes me happy. We always smiling together and having fun. So, um, anyways, uh, what was my top five? Top five for today. Before we end the show, I didn't think I'd make an hour. Actually, I really thought I'd be like doing a half-hour show because I didn't think I could talk this much. But I babbled on for I've gotten uncontrollably nonsense talk. Let's see. Let's go on the phone and see what I was gonna talk about today for the top five. Oh, I know what I was talking about. In my eyes, top five video games ever created. Now this could be it's not gonna be um it's not gonna be like separate games. Like I'm not gonna be like, oh, Madden 12 or Madden 20 or something like that. It's gonna be video games themselves, like NCAA football generation or NASCAR. But I can do like NASCAR Heat or NASCAR, you know. But let's get it. My top five video games of all time. The Grand Theft Auto series. I love the series. Always had fun playing it. It was just fun, man. Because that was another thing, man. That was actually a really good relationship. Like, if you're angry with a spouse, and I've talked to many people that had this. Um, oh wait, there is another thing out there I want to talk about, and there is I've talked to many people that have played this. There's been many people that have gotten arguments with their girlfriends, their boyfriends, their husbands, their wives, their significant other. What do? Grand Theft Auto. They go out, start killing people. Grand Theft Auto. You know, it's a really good, you know, uh, anger controller. That's all it is. GTA. Best GTA 5 game. The best GTA game. GTA 5 by far. I love it. Um, Next game, Call of Duty. Another one. Great game, shooter. Always enjoyed the Call of Duty series, except for the Black Ops games. Never liked them. Number three, uh, NFL 2K. I love me some NFL 2K. Not a bit. Madden's alright. Madden started out good. It's getting so bad. Madden. It's the same shit over and over again. But they don't. They need to figure out how to make it an equal game. And now, when I say an equal game, one year's defense, 1 year's offense, 1 year's defense, 1 year's offense, 1 year's special team, 1 year's defense, 1 year's offense. We need a game where offense and defense are both good, or offense and defense are both bad. It's getting so bad with Madden. So the NBA, NFL 2K games, I miss them. I wish they come back. Um, Number two is the old EA Sports NASCAR games. I love NASCAR Heat, but they just don't give you enough in the NASCAR Heat games. Before I got the iRacing, I was always playing NASCAR Heat. It was only NASCAR game we had. But now I got iRacing, which is my number one. But you know, the old NASCAR games from like the PS3, PS2 days, those are the best. They just gave us so much more. And from paint booth to careers to franchise to owner, you know, NASCAR Heat they gave you an owner like they gave you like an owner mode, but then that's also the career mode. We need more. We need career modes. We need a better career mode. We need maybe a franchise mode where you own the team but you don't drive. Maybe like stuff like that. Come on, NASCAR Heat. You could do better. I think you rushed NASCAR Heat 5 out. It's too soon. But come on. You got it. I know you guys are a young company. But maybe talk to a bigger company like 2K. See if 2K wants to help you guys out. Maybe share the revenue with 2K. Maybe, hey, you never know. Yo, and NASCAR 2K20 could be the greatest game ever. Let's do it, Monster. 704 games, I mean. Number one game that I play, I think is the greatest game of all time. iRacing. Out of every game out of every simulation game that I've ever played, it is by far the most realistic game out there. Simulation or video game. You know, and Madden's not really that realistic. NBA is not really that realistic. NHL is not really that realistic. iRacing is probably the most realistic game I've played ever. It reminds me of playing all them simulator games in the mall where you're in the car and the car's moving around. But that's my top five for. I'm not doing honorable mentions because that just means that there are other games that I like that I don't want to play. But you know what we'll do? NCAA football games, miss them. Um, pretty much any college sports game I missed. You know, that one year they came out the NCAA baseball game, that was fun. It was weird, it was fun. The NBA and NCAA basketball, wish they'd bring that back. That was fun. NCAA football, wish they'd bring it back. That was a blast. Animal Crossing, great game. A lot of emotional ties behind that game. Um, Mario Brothers, bro. I love Mario Brothers. It's Mario and Luigi, not Marlo and Luigi. It's Mario and Luigi. So that's cool. My buddy's getting married in September, so we're all growing our beards out. It's gonna be fun, you know. Hoping to, but I'm gonna get a date by then. But but so yeah, so I'm gonna be doing a separate video of the topic I wanted to talk about, just because it's so long that I want to keep these. I want to keep these podcasts to like an hour shows. Right now until we start getting more and more people involved, because there will be an event I will be running. Probably, I'm hoping for the July-ish. It's gonna be a bunch of us out here. There's gonna be like 4 or 5 of us on this screen talking about just nonsense. It's gonna be uncontrollable chatter. Is gonna be the name of the the multiple person group. So that's it for tonight's podcast. Today's podcast, not tonight. It's early morning here in New York. So I'll have to check you guys later. Look for the short podcast. Look for the short mini coming up in a couple minutes. I'm gonna try to get this up soon. Hopefully, I've had problems with this, so we'll see what happens. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. Oh, there we go. All right. I'll check you out later. Deuces. Oh wait. I never forgot something. Thank my sponsors: Shakai 12 Racing, Rooster Racing, Neon Design, Jetsman Racing. Catch us all on Facebook. Those parties. That's it. All right. Had to throw those out there. See.